Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here, and welcome back to the Fearless Foxes for what could be the very last time. Now, there's been a lot of games since the last one and today, so let's go and take a look at some of those results. Alright, first and foremost, it was a 2-1 defeat against Burnley. So, as you can tell, we followed that 4-1 defeat against Everton with another disappointing display, this time at home to Burnley. And honestly, this really sealed the nail in the coffin for me as a manager of Leicester City. Honestly, at this point, the players didn't react, the morale was rock bottom. It is, it's been a really, really bad season, and this result here kind of sums it up nicely. Now, after that 2-1 defeat, humiliating defeat against Burnley, we lost in 1-0 against Chelsea. Much improved display, as you can see from the match stats. They responded to a midweek team talk, and it responded very well. But unfortunately, we just couldn't capitalise on any opportunity we had. And Chelsea, being Chelsea, had 2 shots on target, 1 went in, and they won 1-0. However, we did finally get a win this time up against West Ham away from home with a goal from Zlatan Ibrahimovic in the 28th minute of the game. This is actually, again, a much improved display. So, you know what? It took us pretty much all season, but we finally found a rhythm and a formation that works for the team. And unfortunately, it's come a little too late. So after that 1-0 win against West Ham, we then beat Brighton and Hove Albion 3-0 at home. 2 goals for Ibrahimovic and a goal for Jamie Vardy. Take a look at some of those match stats. 30 shots to their 1, 14 on target to their 1, 15 fouls. We didn't commit less fouls than they did. 4 yellow cards. However, look at the possession, 64%. We absolutely destroyed them and played them off the park. Alright, then after that, we actually lost 4-1 against Arsenal at home. Wasn't really a surprise, and the sending off of Danny Simpson didn't really do anything to this fixture. As you can see, he actually got sent off in the 82nd minute. Danny Welbeck got the last goal in the 81st. However, we did actually take the lead, and we were winning all the way up to half-time, but then all of a sudden, Arsenal turned on in the second half and pretty much played us off the park. I'm not sure what happened in this game, but we just kind of caved and folded under a little bit of pressure. Alright then, and most recent result, it was a 1-1 draw against West Brom. Jamie Vardy opened the score in the 13th minute of the game, followed by a late first half equaliser from Jay Rodriguez. So going into the final game of the season, this is how the Premier League table looks. Now, take a look. Obviously, it's really tight at the top. Man City and Arsenal, obviously, 1 point difference between them. This is going to be a hell of a finish. Man City have a much superior goal difference, though. It's plus 60 for them, plus 48 for Arsenal. Following them are Man United with 79 points, Liverpool with 78, Tottenham with 77, and a huge drop-off to Chelsea, who did actually pick up a decent run of form towards the end of the season after a disappointing term for them with 65 points. Still a way off, and obviously a disappointing campaign, but nevertheless, they did squeeze into what looks like a Europa League position. Bournemouth are definitely a surprise package, 61 points for them in 7th place. West Ham 61, Southampton with 60 points. At the bottom of the table, Swansea relegated. Brighton look like they're going down, unless the goal difference is far too superior. So no matter what happens there, going down. But there's still a chance for Burnley if they can win their game up against Watford. But going into today's game, we're up against Crystal Palace, who currently sits 1 place above us in the table, and we've got a little bit better goal difference than they do. We can jump, if we win today, we can jump possibly to 12th, depending on what happens in the West Brom game. And obviously, this is nowhere near where I wanted to be. I wanted to be in around the Bournemouth, West Ham, Southampton area, but unfortunately, it's not happened for us. But we go into today in the last game of the season with, maybe a little bit of hope, a little bit of momentum to finish off the save. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the series, it will be just a 1-season series, so this will be the last game in charge of Leicester. There'll be one more episode, though, to wrap up the save, do my save of the game, my match of the save, and signing of the save, fun things like that. But for the meantime, this will be my last game in charge of Leicester City, and I'm hoping we can get off to we can round it off with a win. That'd be nice. Alright, let's take a look at the team that I'm going with. Now, a couple of injuries. Obviously, Joe Ledley was going to be out for the rest of the season. Wes Morgan is going to be out 7 to 9 weeks. He's not back. And obviously, Danny Simpson suspended. And Damari Gray is actually on international duty with the under-20s, which is a little bit of a surprise, to be honest with you, considering that the season hasn't ended in England, but the under-20s are not playing. So that's very weird. Anyway, moving on. Kasper Schmeichel is going to be in goal. Johan is going to be at right back with Harry Maguire, Wesley Holt, and Ben Chilwell at left back. In midfield, it can be Ndidi, Drinkwater, and Ibora, with Fellaini as the attacking playmaker, Jamie Vardy and Ibrahimovic up top. Now on the bench, I did actually put in Emil Heskey and Ronaldinho, just because Emil Heskey hasn't scored yet. He actually got an injury a few weeks ago, and he hasn't been able to play in any of the games, and I really want to get this guy a goal before the end of the season. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm probably going to bring him on at halftime, but I'm also going to have him do penalties, just in case we get a penalty in the second half. Where is he? Heskey, here he is. There we go. Perfect. Emil Heskey will be the main penalty taker. So if we happen to get a penalty in the second half, we'll get Emil Heskey that goal. All right. So going into the game, Crystal Palace, our favourites, away at Selhurst Park today. Just realised that. Then up with a 4-5-1 formation. Wilfried Zaha is definitely a key player for them. 6 assists this season, 5 goals. Pretty good record. And of course, Christian Benteke. We all know how good this guy can be. Alright, so we'll get this team talk over and done with, and then we can start the last game of the season and the save. Alright, here's the first chance of the game. It looks like it's going to go to Crystal Palace. Ball's whipped in. Wesley Hull makes the clearance, and Ibora has Ibrahimovic in space ahead of him. We can't find him. Poor ball there from Vincent Ibora. Kabaya to Saw on the left wing to Volkan Sen. Not familiar with him. To Benteke. Oh, and that's a good save from Schmeichel. I think Benteke hit the crossbar. It bounced down and Schmeichel pushed it around the post. Good reflexes there from the Danish international. Alright, the ball is cleared and the highlight is over. Alright, first half has gone. It's been a bit of a dull affair, to be honest with you. I was hoping a little bit of action to finish off this save. Alright, so I did say I was going to bring on Emil Heskey in the second half, and it's going to happen. Here he is, Emil Heskey, up top with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Did you ever think you'd see that ever before? Emil Heskey and Ibrahimovic. And you know what? Let's bring on Ronaldinho. Let's bring on Vincent Ibora. Let's move Fellaini back into midfield, and Ronaldinho can have the advanced playmaker role. Why not, ladies and gentlemen? It is the very last save. Let's have a bit of fun, shall we? Alright, 70 minutes in. Absolutely nothing's happened so far at all in this game. No clear-cut chances for either team. So let's go to overload. Let's try and get a win. Why the hell not? Alright, so here's maybe a chance for someone. Kabaya to Sabin. Looks like there's a chance to get to Crystal Palace here. I can see them scoring. Good tackle left from Drinkwater. Balls at the Saw. He's got too much space there. He crosses it into Sabin in the box. To Zaha at the back post, scores 1-0. Crystal Palace. Of course, as soon as I went to overload, we all knew what was going to happen. But then again, I wanted to have some kind of highlights in the last game of the save, because I want to be one big dull affair. We haven't created one opportunity so far. So that's super disappointing, because I was hoping for at least somewhat of an exciting game. And a goal for Emil Heskey. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. But it looks like the game is not going to give it to me. Alright, just a few minutes left of my time in charge of Leicester City, and we are currently still losing 1-0, and extra time is done, so it looks like it's going to end in defeat. So a very fitting end to my time here as manager of the Foxes, as Hennessy boots his ball forward to Sabin, and there it is. The full-time whistle has blown on my time at Leicester City and Leicester City's season. So obviously a little bit disappointed how it ended. I was hoping to get off with finish it off with a victory. It just wasn't meant to be, I suppose. Let's take a look at the Premier Division, how things finished for us. Obviously, you finished in 14th place. Super disappointing. But, you know, strangely enough, despite that, before the game, the Leicester City board actually offered me a new deal. Very, very strange. Did not expect that. However, I'm very disappointed in myself. Finished 14th. We could have done much better than that. I wouldn't say things were completely against me, but I mean, certain things went wrong this season, and I could put the blame on me, be honest with you. But anyway, I'm going to save all that mumbo jumbo for the next episode in the series. Again, it will just be a bit of a season finale and talking about the competition and what to expect in the future regarding that. But anyway, this is how the season finished. Obviously disappointed finishing 14th place, who were relegated. Brighton, Burnley and Swansea were all relegated. Man City were crowned champions of the Premier League, with Arsenal's runners up. Southampton squeaked into 7th spots. Chelsea finished in 6th. Other big news? No, not really. Man United going back into the Champions League. Tottenham are out. Goal difference there causing their demise. Liverpool did okay, finishing third, only 3 points behind Man City. I'm pretty sure the the cop will be happy with that result. But anyway, thanks guys so much for watching this last episode of the Fearless Foxes. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. Again, remember to keep an eye out for the next episode in this series. Or again, that'll be the last one, and we'll talk about what happened during the save. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.